I felt like I was one of the few people that was actually able to make a difference. That same evening, I was on the Dr. Fauci's desk. I got very frustrated, I must say. I had a moment there. Being able to contribute to ending this pandemic has been very rewarding.
I am Shira Gordon, aka She Rock Science. Thank you, Andrea, for joining me to film A Daffodil Blooms in Spring.
Hi, Shira. Thank you for having me. My name is Andrea Pruisers, and I direct the Coronavirus Antivirals Program at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in the laboratory of Dr. Mark Dennison.
Welcome, Andrea. Thank you for filming this special interview to help people understand vaccines.
What's important about the vaccine?
Right now, there are two vaccines that have been approved for emergency use by the FDA. One is made by Pfizer and one is made by Moderna. They're both made using the same platform of vaccine development, using mRNA technology. Coronavirus form a large family of viruses that circulate in humans and in animals. There have been groups that have been studying these coronaviruses in much detail and gained a lot of expertise about coronavirus biology that we have been able to apply in this pandemic. There are little spikes that protrude on the outside that the coronavirus uses to attach to the host cell. So it is critical for this virus to infect cells. An immune system will recognize it as foreign and build a powerful immune response against it, which then serves to neutralize a virus that's not even there yet. Therefore, you're going to be protected.
And those spikes, once they enter into your respiratory system,
are part of the virus and help the virus bind to the host cell. What the vaccine is doing is helping your body produce something that looks like the spike. So then the body can mount an immune response, tricking your immune system to thinking there is a virus, so to build a response against that threat.
That's correct. The vaccine itself has no virus in it. It's just the genetic code of a small portion of the virus that the immune response can then use to train itself. It's unprecedented the speed at which these vaccines were developed. They have been developed most efficiently thanks to a large infusion of money, cooperation between governments, academics, and pharmaceutical companies. The vaccine trial was performed as any vaccine trial is performed. It was really easy to tell early on because so many people were getting infected with the virus. The vaccines were so effective that the difference was so great that statistically it was clear that the vaccines were effective. The vaccine cannot give you COVID-19.
If you have had coronavirus or think you had coronavirus, should you get the vaccine?
Absolutely, you should get the vaccine. And the reason is the vaccine will give you better protection than your natural infection did. A lot of people may not mount a very potent immune response, and it may not lead to long-term immunity. Whereas the vaccine across the board, no matter what your background is or your age, it seems to really elicit a very potent, powerful immune response.
When you get the vaccine, it comes in 2 shots.
Right now, as far as we can tell, you really need 2 shots in order to get the full protection and to get long-term protection.
What about new varieties, mutations that occur in the coronavirus in SARS-CoV-2? How will the vaccine protect against that, predicted?
First of all, this is not a new coronavirus strain. It's still SARS-CoV-2. It has acquired a few mutations in various areas in the genome. There are multiple mutations in spike. And so people think, okay, now that spike has changed, is the vaccine still protective? And that's a valid question. Spike is a very big protein, and the immune response that's mounted against spike is against a lot of different portions of the spike protein and a lot of different antibodies that are going to be neutralizing that spike, that virus, are going to still be able to bind just fine, even if there's a low mutation in the spike. So right now, what we know from the data, we are going to assume it is going to be protective. But it's important to study these mutations and how they impact viral spread and infectivity and disease caused by the virus. Viruses mutate all the time. That's what viruses do, especially RNA viruses. Coronaviruses are known to mutate.
How helpful is wearing a mask? Is that really doing anything?
I will say wholeheartedly, masks work.
Once you have the vaccine and you're clear from your second shot,
Why should you wear a mask after vaccination?
You should continue to wear your mask, at least for the foreseeable future, to protect yourself and to protect others. And the reason is the vaccine trial was based on the ability of the vaccines to prevent symptomatic infections. They did not measure whether the vaccine prevents asymptomatic infections. If you are infected asymptomatically, if you do not have symptoms, then you can still spread the virus to others. Right now, the virus is everywhere. It's rampant right now. And it's really important that we use multiple measures to reduce the viral spread. So wear a mask, distance, social distance, everything you should be doing by now, you should just keep doing.
within less than a year of becoming a pandemic, this is now 1 year later, we have a vaccine. Thank you so much for all of your hard work, Andrea.
And it's a pleasure to be here.
A daffodil blooms in spring. Watch inside the 2020 story of Dr. Andrea Prousers, a coronavirus researcher who played a role in drug and vaccine development. This interview covers her research and personal pandemic perspective. Subscribe to She-Rock Science so that you can be on top of new releases of this and other scientific videos.